Okay, now let's go ahead and get that compound.
Okay, now.
Oh, we got an echo. There we go. Should be ready now. Boy, coal is fast. Yeah, it's pretty good. 300 is all I needed, so go ahead and take it up there now. Oh yeah, I got something else I want to do too. Let's put you right there. And you right there for now. Alright, let's go. Okay. I don't have any empty ones here. Alright, let's get an empty one and send it on its way. Yeah, let's see. Hold on. Oh crap, I gotta get something else too. Hold on. Where'd I put my rails? Okay, they're on there. Thought I had... Yeah, I do. Probably put them right... Let's see. Right in between these guys? Yeah. You know, put them in between these guys for now. That should do. Oh, it needs steel. Okay. No, wrong one. Okay. I gotta get rid of that thing. Where is it? Right there. Gotta go. $20 steel. Should be right there. Don't have enough though. I think I got this written down. Let me check real quick. Hold on. Okay, let's see. For Interplanetary, it's gonna be 250 resin. We have that. 50 aluminum. 50 titanium. And 20 steel. 10 silicone. Alright, let's do the other one out in the museum. Okay, we got the compound, that's good. And we got 50 copper. $50 glass. 15 silicone. So you need 25 silicone. And 10 titanium alloy. Okay. Let's see. Let's get the copper first. We'll get some glass too. How much copper do they want? They want 50? Well, fine. We'll just make it easier and put it in here. I don't think I have enough little containers, so let's move you. No. Yeah, it's gonna take a while. Where's the glass at? I got glass. Oh, yeah, titanium too. We need that as well. Getting close. Perfect. Alright, so we got that. Let's get the titanium. We need to go grab the rest of it from Messania, too. This will do for now. Okay, so copper's good. Compound's good. Resin's good. Titanium, we're low on titanium. We need 10 titanium alloys. 20 steel. Let's go ahead and get the stuff back. Actually, no. Let's just go. Yeah, I gotta go with it because it's going the wrong direction. Oh well. It's fast enough. Alright, so copper was museum. Alright. I didn't know titanium was open. Okay, let's move you there for now. There we go. And let's put you there for now. I got too much resin hanging around. Didn't we dump out the resin already? I thought I did. Yeah, it's right there. Okay. Let's just move it back over. Well, the easiest way to do this, let me see. What is this? Compound, is that what I want? Yeah, it is. Okay, so we're getting closer. We are getting closer. Easiest way would be just do it this way. And then pull them over here. Wait a minute, hold on. No. No, I was right before. Too much stuff going on. Yeah, there we go. We'll just take this titanium and get that titanium alloy done. We'll go and get some, get some aluminum. Should be able to put a big one on there. We'll get some steel made. Where is my carbon? I just made it. Right there. Okay, and then we gotta get the iron too. Wait. Yeah, there it is. I need a container. I should have one right here. All right, let's go. Oh, nice. That's easy. We'll let that fill up. What else? Silicone? How do I make silicone? Let's see. Oh, wait, one other thing. We can start this up again. All right. Silicone. Oh, it's already there. Resin and quartz. Okay. Deal with that in a minute. I need to check my hydrazine too. Uh-uh. What was it? Steel. 20 steel. How many steel do I have right now? You know what? I'm probably going to need all of it, so let's just do all of it. Not going to worry about it. Oh yeah, I need to get some more argon too. Oh, this was already on steel. I don't know what I was doing. Come on, last. Where'd they go? Yeah, I bet that is argon, isn't it? No. Nitrogen. Can I get you? Yeah. It's not that one. I think I'm full of nitrogen. Yeah, I'm completely full. Okay, so Brent, let's put him over here for now. Oh, the music's changed. I haven't heard that song before. Different. Kind of nice. Alright, so what do I got? I got train rails. Okay. Let's put them on the train and then we'll deal with that. Oh, looky there. Just what I was looking for. Just what I need. Please. Get in there. Right there. Like everything to be in order. Alright. What am I missing? Argon. Oh, yeah, I can get Argo from over here. No, I can't because I took it all. Can I reach you? Uh-oh. No, what are you doing? Okay, there we go. Let's set it all up now. And we'll let that go, and while that's going, we can go get that stuff I needed. No. Better not be messing up my track. Alright. Okay, we're ready. Well, we're not ready. We're not ready. Where's my steel? Get just enough steel there. Where are you at? I got 10, so I need 10. Okay. Alright, here it goes. Let's see if the first one will do it. Oh, the arms, yeah. Nice. Okay. So, let's go get that stuff from Visania. Visania! And we'll be good. It's like silicon and then the titanium. So we'll take all the titanium that we can take, because that'll just be a good thing to do. Oh, I need to go pick up some argon as well. So. There she is. No way. A video from Jordan Peterson? No way. Hold on. I don't think that's really him. Okay. Can you reach? Out of the way. There we go. I think that's going to be enough. I'll put this back where it belongs. Yeah, this update really messed up the game bad. Real bad. Hopefully they'll fix this terrain generation issue. Because if not, they've like ruined all of our underground areas. It's awful. There anything else over here? Anything? I don't think so. I think we're good. All right, let's go. I'll go drop by Glacio and get the Argon, and been a while since I've been there, so kind of want to see what it looks like anyway. It's going pretty slow. This lag is just not so great. I think she's there. Pretty sure. Yeah. That's close enough. Yeah, there's one right there. Oh, okay. He's got a little bit of extra, too. We'll just take one for now. Let's see. We'll take this one. Yeah. Is there anything else I'm missing that I should take? Don't think so. Let me check something real quick. Yeah, those should be working good. Yeah. Slow down. Okay, I think that's gonna do it. Let's get the Argon over here. We have 41. Well, just put them there for now, I guess. Is that glass? I got more glass? No way. Oh, there's where all my containers are. They're over there. Okay. Put you there. Put you there. Put you there. Oh. Yeah, they're all right here. Dang, that's a lot of them, too. It shouldn't take too long. Is there anything else? Okay, what is this? Graphite? Ammonium? We must have run out of argon. Okay, now he's full. No. No. That's enough. Alright, so we've got the steel. Let's put that on the train. Let's get these empty ones on the ground. Looks like we got got aluminum next. Will you not even go on there? No, he won't go on there. That's fine. Whatever. There we go. I have another glass on here? No way. Okay. So steel's done. Let's get the titanium alloy done. We need 10 of those. So graphene, titanium, and nitrogen. Probably only need two of them, and I could just do them one at a time. I do need an empty one. I'll just put you right there. Kind of hard to work in here. I'm gonna have to fix this mess. Hasn't been too much of a problem, but it does slow down progress a little bit. Even though the system is really efficient, still kind of tight quarters to work in. Titanium and what? Excuse me, graphene. That is you? Yeah. How much do I have? Hardly any. I have one. Okay, so that means we have to make graphene first. Okay. Gonna have steel all over the place. That's this one? No. Graphite and hydrazine, okay. Looks like I gotta go and grab it. Alright. And of course, I don't have it. Really? It's going super fast though. It's like a nasty bug there. Okay, I think it's fixed now. There we go. Alright, so yeah, let's take this glass and drop it off so I have room. And I probably don't need that tungsten either. Okay, what else is missing? Okay, yeah, we gotta get rid of the tungsten. Where are you at? There. Come on. Okay. And I think I said no. Okay, hydrazine. Okay. That's interesting. Oh, yeah, that's what I want. Well, I'll do that then. Well, what, I need 10? So maybe I should do that. Are you serious? Are you serious? You didn't. Yes, you did. I gotta remember where you go. I think you go right here. I think. Yeah. He's right there. There we go. Oh, you know what? This is probably the problem right here. Coal is right in the way, and I can't do anything. Yeah, that'll be fine. All right. No. Go there. There we go. Now it's doing it. Got so much steel. I'm probably going to need it, though, for all these projects I have to do. So it'll work out. Oh, wow. I just thought I can put this here. There we go. Perfect. Okay. And we need... Stupid thing. Get out of here. Alright. Okay, they're ready to go. Thought I turned you off. I think I just spun him around is all. No. Just looks weird. Okay. So, what else is in here? Titanium. Okay. So let's get rid of you. And get rid of you. And put you there. And put you there. Oh, then on. Oh, nitrogen. Duh. Okay. Heck, I might as well just put them over there. Oh well, for now this will work. It's gonna take forever. I don't know. I've only got 7 people viewing right now. thing about this game is in tight quarters it does not work well. It's just so complicated. Alright, so now what I need to do is I need to put one in here. Okay, put you there. That's for the alloy. Okay. Then put you on the arm. And put you on the arm. Please. There we go. Now we're back in business. Now while that's doing that, I can move this steel. My gosh, that's a lot of steel. I can move this steel over here. Where'd it go? When you have so many rails, it's hard to keep it all organized. We'll just keep playing, I guess. Sometimes I get more viewers when I'm off the mic. And then there's other times when I'm on the mic I get more. So it just depends. Depends on the time of day too, when people are doing stuff or not doing stuff. Okay, so did we get it all? Certainly we didn't. We need 10. Okay, we got 12. Okay, I'm not complaining. That's good. We got our 10 that we needed. Oh, stupid thing. Stupid arms, I swear. Alright, now where'd my light go? He just threw my light out somewhere. He stole my light. Where did it go? It's like a dog or something. Animal. Maybe I have it. Yeah, I have it. Okay. It's not that bad. Okay, cool. So that's done. The titanium alloy is done. We need to make silicon. We're good on glass. Don't have to worry about that. We need 25 silicone. 50 titanium. We should have that. And what is that? Aluminum alloy. We need 50 aluminum alloy. That's what we'll do next. This will make that. So we need copper. How many do we have here? Not enough, but this will get us started. We got an empty one, so that works. So slow. There we are. Maybe there's a way I can turn the cursor up a little bit when I'm dragging. I'm sure there is. I just haven't looked into it yet. Just get out of the way. All right, so let's put you right there, and you have the empty one. We'll do it on the train. We have to bring coal back over here though to do it. Can't see. What is going on? All right. Yeah, we'll put him right here. Stop. Put him right here. He might be far away. I don't know. Yeah, it looks like he's pretty far away. I might as well just keep... No, he's not. He's right here. Perfect. Okay. put you on the thing. Okay. So hard to see. Let's see. When you build up your subscribers too, that helps too, because some people like to always watch the videos or at least check them out. So, and see what you're doing. So that'll help you too. If you start building your subscribers and stuff. Okay. Now, I gotta grab one and put him right there. Can barely see what I'm doing. Okay, there we go. Let's let the train do the work. Alright, let's get it done now. It just takes so much time to do all of this. It's got to be a much faster automated way to do this, but oh well. It's a new DLC, so but this is probably the best way I've found to do this. The quickest, fastest way to do it is do it like this. Alright, so let's get you back on the train. Alright, and we'll get another empty one. Now I'll be alone. Wait a minute. No, I don't have to do this. I have a whole container of aluminum alloy. I don't know what I'm doing. Come on, last. Wake up. I mean, I might need a little bit because this only holds 30. How many do I need? All right, we can fill that up and then we'll make another one. How about that? Let's put you right there. There we go. We'll get a new one started. Alright. Let's put you right here for now. Alright. There we go. Okay. So now we have to do the auto arms. So let's do that. No. There we go. Alright, we should be good now. Alright, we'll let that do its thing and we'll see what else we need. So we need 50 of those, so I think 2 of these cans will be good. I think we'll be good with that. We need 50 titanium, so that means we need 2 cans of the titanium. Let's go ahead and grab that graphite so I don't forget it. Put you right there. Looks like there's titanium right there. How many we have? We got 10. I can't see anything. 10. Is that it? No way. There's got to be another one over here on the... Yeah, there is. Okay. Yeah, there's 2 of them right there, so that's good. So we're good there. Let's just put you right there, please. And then... Oh, it's empty. I gotta change it out. So we'll change it out. And... the stupid arms are gonna do that thing they do. So I'm gonna have to make sure I turn them off first. Which is really annoying and slow moving, but oh well. Put you there, and then put you in place of it, please, please. No. God. There's so much crap everywhere. I'm gonna, you know what? That needs to be my new goal: is cleaning this mess up. It is a total mess over here. I mean, it's cool. It's all compacted, but it's a pain. All right, you. Okay. We got maybe I'll move this track completely. I mean, it looks cool and everything, but it's really a pain in the ass to deal with. It's not fun at all. All right, go there with the copper. Okay. All right, now where is my other? Yeah, right here. This one can go back on the ship. We don't need this one. Yeah, and this is a whole nother thing, is trying to get this to work here. Lots and lots of fun. Did it go in too far? Okay. All right. Now we're good. Now we've got our titanium ready. We'll put our hydrazine back. Which, this big one really makes things a lot easier for me. Having this big one like this. Can you please just go there? Thank you. All right. We'll let that get filled up. Shouldn't need nitrogen for anything else, so we'll put nitrogen back over here. Actually, no. We'll put it right here because I'm going to use it. No. Yeah, we'll put it over here. Alright, are we done with this? No. What happened? We ran out of copper? Oh. Okay. So how many do we have? 21? Will that be enough? I don't know. I think they wanted 50. Let's see. So you got 33 plus, yeah, 30 and 20 would be 50, so we're good there. All right, let's turn this off now. Oh, he's empty. Wow. Okay, I'll have to make some more of that too. What's next? Let's see. So we just got the aluminum done. We got the titanium done. Silicone. We need a silicone. 25 silicone. What do we need for silicone? Stop. Let's put this in here. Let's move that rail somewhere. Do I have room for it anywhere? You know what? I'm just going to put it over here on the ship. That's in my way. There we go. Or maybe better yet, I'll take the tall and put the tall over there because I don't use the tall very often. Can't see. Oh, yeah, just do that. That'll work. Alright. Okay. Now. These out of the way. We'll get one for silicone. We need 25, so that'll fill that up. Put that on the train. Please. Can't see. The camera. Okay. Now. Yeah, resin and quartz. Okay. So we'll go grab some resin and we'll be good with that. We've got plenty of resin containers. Whatever. Titanium was planetary. Just right here. Alloy was the museum. Oh, that's perfect because we can just take this thing off here. Come on. There we go. What do we have? We should have glass already on here. Steel. Who had steel? Steel was planetary, so we'll do steel. Who had aluminum alloy? It was this guy. Nope. Where'd you go? Oh, for some weird reason he's over there. Okay. I think that's it. Okay, silicone for both and we should be done. Yes. There we go. Okay. We'll grab this resin. Put it over here so I don't lose it. Kind of valuable right now. Compound, okay, all that stuff. Anything else I'm missing? I didn't do that. Alright, let's get the silicone done. That's the one where I need the quartz and the silicon. All right, quartz and the resin. So let's look at getting the quartz. What do I need for quartz? I need 25, so it's just one container, so it shouldn't be too bad. I beat him to it. All right, we'll take you, and that should do it. I think that's gonna do it. What is that? Yeah, it's aluminum. Okay. All right, and let's go. Hold on, there is... No, we're good, we're good. It should be just right here. I don't have anywhere I've been storing it, though. I think I took the container out of there. All the stuff fell down there, which they used to. I don't know if they did again. Oh, it's a hole now. How interesting. Okay. Looks like we have to make some quartz. How much we need? Oops. Okay. Make sure you're turned off. Looks like it's powered. That's good. Let's get rid of the glass. Let's get, before I do that, let me get this. Put you there. It's gonna do that, seriously. Alright. There we go. Let's see if it does it now. It should work now. So we're almost there. Almost there. That's gonna take a bit. Let's go get the RTG that I have. Put that over here. Oh, we got glass down here. Let's pick him up, put him over here. There we go. We got a splitter too. Alright, let's go. I think I have at least one RTG, so we'll check it. Yeah, we got a bunch of little ones and one big one. I'll put the big one over there. Can't see. No. Can I put you there? I did. I thought I made a bunch of these on Aatrox. Let me check Aatrox and see if I still have them. I think they're all on Aatrox, which is probably a good thing. But I have a feeling we're going to have to make a lot of resources for this update. to get all these levels done. Maybe this will speed up the process a little bit. Let's see. Put him right there. Put you like right there. There we go. And then we'll leave the light there, I guess, and we'll put a cable there. Oh, no, it's not on this one. Well, that sucks. I'll have to go over here and get it. There we go. 2 should do. Alright, right there. There we go. That way everything that he has is going to go and speed that up a little bit. Let's see if it does. I don't know. I don't know if it does, but it makes me feel better. 632. Okay, let's go to Atrox and let's go ahead and see if all those RTGs are over there. While we're waiting for this. Stop. What the heck? He's too damn fast. Alright. Alright. If I'm going to Atrox, I better load up on the hydrazine. Let's get it done. Okay. Still doing good with power. Here? No, that's green. Right there. Pretty sure it's that one. Alright. Now, let's see if I was right. I see batteries everywhere. No. No, wait, RTGs. Did I not make any? Nothing under here. Whoa! What the heck? See, yeah, they're gonna have to fix that crap. How am I supposed to get over here without idiot getting me? He's gonna destroy my whole place. This dumb game. Alright, let's get the hell out of here. I gotta find out where he is. Where's he at? He's right there. Alright, sucker. Let's see. Let's go over here. I might be able to sneak around and get him. They need to fix this game so bad. These things regenerated. You know what I need to do? I need to save first, just in case. And that's driving me nuts. Get out of here. There we go. Where is he at? Can't see a thing. There he is. Wait a minute. Let's turn you on at least. Dang it. Crap. He's so close too. Did I get him? That is so annoying. I got him. Wow. And it tore up part of my base too. At least he's gone. Let's see. Well, I guess I somewhat fixed it. The only thing is I don't know if there's any more. I'll have to come back here in the daytime. I'm afraid they're gonna ruin everything. They're gonna blow up everything I have. And it took a long time to get this just right too. It was not easy. Okay. What was I doing? Okay, so there's nothing here. We do have coal here, which that means they must have enabled instances, more than one instance to be. There's a little one. Let's try Novus. Is it Novus? Maybe Novus has got it. Wait, hold on. Yeah, I need to get some more fuel. No packagers anywhere. How I know if there's any here? There could be some over here and I wouldn't even know it. I don't see them. It looks safe for the most part. Don't see any packagers though. Let's go ahead and get this out. Let's get around this way. There we go. Can we not grab it? Okay. No. There we go. It's starting to remind me of Subnautica. It's freaky. You don't know when there's going to be an enemy. Because the way they regenerated all the stuff, the plants and everything regenerated after you kill them. Alright, so let's check Novus. Maybe Novus has it. I just can't remember where I put them. I know I had a few of them. I know I had thought I made a bunch of them. Maybe Calidor? Maybe I put them in Visania. Could have done that. Is it you? Yeah, it's the purple one. I have to go around again. Okay. That's weird. Yeah, so we got batteries. We got power generation. Don't see any. Unless they're down below, which I doubt. I see junk over here. Nothing in it. I'll take the train down there. Okay, that's just to the core. There's nothing down there. Yep, there's nothing here, so let me check on things real quick. Oh, there's my winch. There we go. Didn't see anything so far. Well, we could take a trip out there and check the titanium and see. Let's see if one's over here with the batteries. I doubt it. Oh, there we go. There's one. Let's take this one. Oh yeah, I got a battery here too. I forgot about. All right, let's get a save and let's go. No, I don't see anything here either. No. All right, let's go back. Yeah, Calidor. We'll check Calidor and then that'll be good. I don't think there's anything else. There we go. Pretty sure that's it. Oh yeah, this is trashed. This is the one I don't really want to do. Yeah, they totally trashed this world. So sad. Yeah, I don't have anything, just batteries. That's all I got over here. Alright, let's get out of here then. Oh no. Okay, there it is. Alright, then we should have our stuff ready. We should be able to do the silicone now. We'll put this in the compound area, and then that'll be good. Oh, I was going the wrong way anyway. Why is it not clicking over? There we go. There we go. No, I just want to drop it. What? Why isn't it working? Well, that was dumb. Big waste of time. Alright, I'll be back. I need to grab something to eat real quick. I'll just keep it running. You know what? Here, let's put we'll put Jordan on. Gotta find him. I think this will be a good one. It's how to deal with loneliness. So I'll be right back. I'm gonna get me some lunch real quick. After this ad here, of course. And it may not even be about loneliness. It's probably about something else because this AI doesn't always work correctly. So whatever it is, as long as it's Jordan, it's got to be good. So here we go.
Political arguments is, well, people say, well, the person on the other side of the ideological continuum has different opinions than I do. It's like, no, they don't. Or maybe they do. But they don't see the same facts. because the filter they use to select from among the infinite number of available facts preferentially presents them with the facts that are relevant to them. And that's already built into their ethic. And so one of the horrible things about political discussions is that you're actually having a discussion about what the facts are. And you say, well, the facts are the same for everyone. It's like, yeah, it's like saying, I have an infinite library of books, and you can come into it. It's like, well, you're going to pick out the same book? It seems highly improbable. And that's the problem with facts. It's like, there's a lot of them. You know, you try to do something like untangle the Israel-Palestine conflict. I mean, one of the things you just to start with is like, okay, how far back are you going to go? Well, I would say it depends on what argument you want to make. You know, if you want to make argument A, you go back 100 years. If you want to make argument B, you go back 3,000 years. And then you could have an argument about which time scale you should use, but it's not like it's obvious. You know, is it 10 years? Is it 1 year? Is it 6 months? Like, it's not 3,000 years. Is it 2,999 years? Like, where are the borders of relevancy when you're laying out the landscape of the argument? God only knows. It's intractable. And, you know, partly the way your temperament solves that problem, because it does, is say, well, a creature like you with your temperament preferentially attends to this set of facts. And that'll work, because attending to that sort of facts is likely to produce a reasonable outcome for you in most circumstances. And it's a way that you simplify the world and make a tremendous amount of it irrelevant. A priori filters. Okay, good. Now, the next cool thing. What happens when you see a tool? You're happy. What happens when you see an obstacle? You're unhappy. And there, now you understand emotions. And that's so, that doesn't take much. That's, once you've got this initial framework, it's like, okay, well, what's an emotion for? Positive. Move forward. Negative. Get away. Indeterminate. Stop. That's anxiety. Stop. You're not where you think you are. Your map isn't producing the desired outcome. It's wrong. What should you do? You don't know. Stop. Because if you don't know where to go, there's no point going anywhere. And then what? Prepare. That's anxiety. Stop. Prepare. Well, people hate that because, well, for obvious reasons. Prepare. For what? Everything. Yeah. Very, very demanding psychophysiologically. And that's also something that's really worth knowing. It's like anxiety isn't just a psychological state that's unpleasant. It's like you're revved up and you're burning resources like mad. And you're in a biochemical state such that that's optimized for quick action, but that's toxic if you inhabit it for any length of time. So not knowing what to do, that is not good. And it isn't just that it makes you feel bad. It hurts you. It damages you. It can kill you. It'll make you age. It'll make you fat. It'll give you diabetes. It'll suppress your immune system, so you're more likely to develop cancer. It'll damage your brain, your hippocampus. It'll increase the probability that you have Alzheimer's. It's like, it's no joke that. It's you're running your machinery faster than you can replenish it. So it's not a state that you can be in. It's not a state you can tolerate because it's anxiety. It's anxious. But it's also not a state you can live in. And so I don't know where I am means everything's relevant, and I have to ramp up my capacity for action to deal with that. Bad. People do not like that. We do not like not to be where we think we are. We really, really, really don't like that. And we structure almost all of our environments constantly so that never happens. You know, we're all dressed the same with tiny, tiny variations. You know, we all follow the same traffic laws. Everybody's behaving according to the proper code in this room, and everyone in this building is doing the same thing. It's like we're doing everything we can to make sure that everyone knows exactly where they are and what they're doing all the time. And that's because when we're in that state, we can advance cautiously using positive things and maintain a modicum of positive emotion. And that's what we're basically trying to do. Okay, so you want to set up your world so that you're surrounded by things that move you along your way.
Missouri, pay attention. DraftKings Sportsbook is almost here. If you sign up before December 1st, you will get $300 in bonus bets. New Missouri customers, sign up today and score $300.
Set up your world so that You're surrounded by things that move you along your way, that obstacles are minimized, and that almost everything can be ignored. Okay, so emotion. Positive emotion, that's dopaminergic. That's incentive reward. You experience it in relationship to a goal. Because, most of the time when you talk to behavioral psychologists, they'll tell you reward is a satiation consequence. You're hungry, you get a piece of food, that's rewarded. It's like, that's consumatory reward. And that shuts down the motivational system. It's satiating, it makes you satisfied. That's not the same as incentive reward. Incentive reward says, come this way, good things are over here, good things are over here. And that's dopaminergic. And that's the kind of reward people really like. We live for that. So when you talk about positive meaning in your life, this is an oversimplification, but a tremendous amount of that is incentive reward. You're in a goal-directed structure. It's a value structure. Let's say it's fairly well developed because you're sophisticated. Everything you do is linked to something else. You move ahead, it works, yes. You move ahead, it works, yes. And it's that constant moving ahead and the validation of the frame that makes your life meaningful. And so that also means no value system, no positive emotion, which is another thing that's so much worth knowing. The postmodernists complain about value systems constantly, and they say, well, the problem with a value system is that it includes some people, winners, and excludes other people, losers. It's like, yes, that's true. What's the answer? Flatten the value system. So there's no losers. Fine, no winners either. And if the value system is flat, there's no point B. What the hell are you going to do? Where's your positive emotion? You have nothing to. You're going to wander around being happy that the value system is flat. It's like, no, you're not. Because when you flatten out value systems, you don't get rid of suffering, because you can't. All you get rid of is the possibility of positive emotion. And that is not a good solution. So then you leave people with nothing but negative emotion. It's so naive. Okay, so good. So now we know. You're going from point A to point B. You're doing that with an action. If things are working out, if you see facilitators along the way that you can utilize, you get a kick of positive emotion. And you can even see that calibrated. Like, let's say you do better than expected on a test. Yes! It's like, that's better than doing as well as you expected. Because what the message is that not only am I moving towards my desired goal, but I'm moving along faster and with less effort than I thought. It's like, bang! Positive reinforcement. Right? You think, yes! Well, that's it. That's meaning. That's a big chunk of meaning. And so a really meaningful event is one that gets you to the next step and simultaneously increases the probability that you're going to get to all the steps after that. That's like a maximally meaningful event. So, you're opening an envelope about whether or not you got into medical school. It's like you're going like this, right? Why? Why are you shaking? It's an envelope. No, it's not. It's a portal, right? It's a portal. And what's in that envelope either puts you that way into one world or that way into another. And you think, you're looking at it, you think, well, that's an envelope. It's like your body isn't thinking that, not for a bloody second. It knows perfectly well that that's a portal. And you open it up, it's like collapse. The whole, what would you call it? That whole avatar-related future just goes ashes. Or, bang, it springs into reality. And you perceive that, and that you perceive all of that almost instantaneously, and that produces that radical transformation in emotion. You're not reacting to the envelope, or maybe the envelope isn't what you think it is, or maybe the envelope isn't what you see, and that's more accurate. That's way more accurate. The envelope is way more than what you see. Okay, good. Let's break for 15 minutes, okay? And then we'll go ahead with the next part of this. Well, so that's just a transformation of the previous diagram. While you're moving along from what is to what should be, we'll say, as long as things are working out, well, then you're mildly happy. And if they don't work out, well, then that's another problem. You see, these are different sizes. There's a reason for that, and that's because negative emotion has more potency unit for unit than positive emotion does. And so what that means is that people are more reactive. People hate.
Choose to make your presence felt with the refined style of the Mazdas.
People hate a small loss more than they like an equivalent gain. And so we're tilted to some degree towards a bias for negative emotion. And that is also dependent on temperament, because somebody who's very, very low in neuroticism, that's basically anxiety and emotional pain susceptibility, something like that. So that would be the threshold for experiencing a certain level of anxiety or emotional pain, but also the length of time that would take to recover. It's something like that. And so, but for the standard human being, loss hurts more than gain rewards. And so, well, it's useful to know that because it helps you understand yourself and other human beings. Even if you're trying to motivate someone to do something, loss avoidance is often a powerful motivation as well as gain. So, all right, prevention, fundamentally. Okay, so now here's another way of thinking about this. And this is a more abstract way of thinking about it. So we talked about the idea that the world might be divided into tools and obstacles and irrelevant things, most of which, and irrelevant things, that's a huge category, and it's the one you don't want to have disrupted. And also that the obstacle category produces more emotion than the tool category. But here's another way of thinking about it. And this is thinking about it more from a purely emotional perspective. When you think about the world as tools, it's dead practical, and it's sort of grounded in the idea of motor usage in some sense. But you can think in an analogical fashion about the same system in a slightly different manner. You're in the situation that you're in right now, and that's not good enough. And so that's another thing that's kind of interesting about people, is they're chronically dissatisfied with the way things are. Well, that's okay, because you wouldn't be motivated to move forward if you weren't chronically dissatisfied with the way that things are. But it's kind of annoying, because you might think, well, why aren't you just happy with what you have? And the answer to that is generally because I don't know if it's going to last. And so that's part of it. And the other is, well, if the situation shifted a bit, maybe I'd have more options. And some of that would be, it would last longer. It'd be more stable. It'd be more promising. And so you can say, well, you should be satisfied with what you have, but it's kind of really a stupid thing in some sense to tell human beings, because no matter what you have, it isn't going to solve your fundamental problem. So the problem isn't going away, and you can't just fool yourself into saying, well, what I have is great. You could say, I could have a hell of a lot less, and that would be bad, and most people have a lot less than me, and I should be grateful for what I have. That's fine. That's perfectly reasonable. But you're stuck in this. You're stuck with this chronic sense of unfinished business, and the reason for that is, well, you're permanently vulnerable, so how else would you, how could it be otherwise? And even if you've got your problem solved, then there's 3 or 4 people in your family that by no means have got their problem solved. So the problem of problems never goes away. That's an existential. That's a good thing to know existentially too, because it helps you calibrate your life properly. Because you might be thinking, well, if I just got everything together, I'd hit some plateau of satiation and stability, and then I would just be there. It's like, no, that's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. So you might as well just forget about that. It's a Sisyphus issue, the guy who pushes the rock up the road and up the hill and it rolls back down. I think it was Nietzsche who said we must presume Sisyphus to be happy, something like that. Well, maybe you want to push your damn rock up a hill, it's going to roll down again. It's like, what are you going to do? Just sit there by the rock? It's okay to be active, even if the problem you're trying to solve is not fundamentally solvable. That doesn't mean it isn't worth trying to solve. And so, I treat people who have post-traumatic disorder or symptoms of post-traumatic disorder. And so let's say they got post-traumatic stress disorder because a relationship collapsed on them suddenly, which is quite common. They get betrayed or someone leaves them suddenly, and then they don't know what to do, because, especially if they're conscientious, because then they just tear themselves into pieces trying to figure out what they did wrong to bring about that event. And the reason they're doing that is because they want to retool their perceptions and their actions so that the probability that they'll have the same experience again is minimized. And their mind won't leave them alone till they do it. And no wonder, right? Because if you fall into a big pit and you get really hurt, the first thing you should figure out is how to not fall into big pits anymore. And your mind is set up exactly for that. And so what you do with someone who's having problems like that, so maybe they're waking up at the middle of the night obsessing about what went wrong, is you walk them through it. You do a situational analysis first, because one of the oversimplifications that people make, and this is especially true for conscientious people, is if something bad happened to me, I must have done something to deserve it. Now, that's actually a pretty functional idea, because it suggests that there are things about your behavior that you could change that would make the future better. But the problem is that, say if it's the collapse of a relationship and you've been with that person for 8 years or longer, well, you did so many things with them that the idea that you did something wrong pretty much extends to every single thing you ever did with them. And that's, how are you going to fix that? And so that's part of the trauma, actually. The trauma is 80 million snakes all at the same time. It's like, well, forget it. You don't have time to go through all that.
Ava, let's go.
Forget it. You don't have time to go through all that material. And so partly what you do is with people, and this is what you should do with yourself too, is you do a situational analysis. It's like, don't be assuming necessarily that the thing that happened to you only happened to you because of what you did or didn't do. There's all sorts of factors at play. So one of the things that sometimes I do with clients is if they were in a relationship and I can get some reasonable personality information about both of them, I can point out where they were temperamentally incompatible. You know, like if you're a highly conscientious person and your partner is very, very low in conscientiousness, it's like, well, good luck to you two. How the hell are you ever going to work that out? Because you want everything to be exactly where it's supposed to be, and you're working all the time, and your partner could care less whether things were where they're supposed to be, and they're not going to work. And you can butt heads about that forever. The probability that you're going to shift it, you know, except to some minor degree, is very, very low. And so sometimes you end up with someone with whom you get along very well on one temperamental dimension, and you're an absolute catastrophe on the other four. And the probability that you're going to be able to mediate a huge temperamental difference is extremely low. You wouldn't expect yourself to mediate a huge intellectual difference, right? You're going to make the other person smarter, or maybe you smarter, depending on who you're with. It's like, no, probably not. A bit, maybe. So you do a situational analysis. And so what you're trying to do is to extract out information from your past and your present that will enable you to conduct yourself properly into the future. And so that's another example of the pragmatic element of thought. Well then, within the brain itself, apart from the major subdivisions which we just described, there are minor subdivisions, and here's a bunch of them listed: the caudate nucleus, the cerebral cortex, the huge newest part of the brain that's about a square meter. If you unfold it, it's all folded up, and most of the processing occurs right on the surface. That's the idea anyways. The thalamus, that's a place where a lot of the information in the brain appears to be integrated. The cerebellum helps you with balance and the sequencing of complex motor activities. The hippocampus, that's the one we talked about before. One of the things that the hippocampus seems to do is compare your model of the world as it's unfolding with the model that you desire to be occurring, and then keeps track of mismatches. And if it detects a mismatch, then it disinhibits other emotional and motivational centers. And that's the beginning of your response to the unknown. So, one of them is the hypothalamus. I'm going to concentrate on it for a bit. It's a little tiny part of the brain that's pretty much at the top of the spinal cord. See, it's really small compared to the rest of the brain. Now, it turns out that imagine this is a cat brain for a minute, and you take off the whole cat brain, except for the hypothalamus, which people do. You take off the whole cortex, for example. And then the cat's still alive if you do it carefully, but it doesn't have much of a brain. And so you might think, well, that cat would just do nothing. But cat's actually pretty functional if it's reduced just to its hypothalamus. And that's because the hypothalamus is an incredibly important part of the brain, and it provides what I would say constitute the major frames, the major psychological frames. And so like a decorticate cat can still eat and drink and regulate its body temperature and engage in defensive aggression. And if it's female, it can still mate. Male can't, because the male mating behavior is more complicated. And as long as you keep it in a bounded environment, it can function reasonably well. It's hyper curious, though, which is very weird, because you wouldn't expect a cat with no brain to be curious about anything, but a cat with no brain is curious about everything. And that seems to be because part of the reason that you aren't curious about something anymore is because you've investigated it, and you've built a representation of it that's functional. And that functional representation then stands for the thing itself, and then you can ignore it. And so you learn to ignore things. They're interesting to begin with, and then you learn to ignore them. And so one of the things that I think artists do, if they're great artists, is remind you that there's more to things than you see now that you've learned to ignore them. So you get a kind of a hallucinogenic painting of flowers like Van Gogh might produce, like his famous irises, which I think sold for like $220 million or something outrageous. It's like what Van Gogh is trying to show you is what those flowers looked like before you thought you could see them, because now you flower and you walk by, you know. You don't see it at all because you're off to get a peanut butter sandwich or something. You don't have time to glory in the wonder of the world, you know. You've got something practical to do. So, all right, so we're going to zoom in on the hypothalamus here. And what you see, of course, when you zoom in on the hypothalamus is that it's not a thing. It's a whole bunch of things. And then it's one of those horrible whole bunches of things that are made out of even more bunches of things, and they're made out of more bunches of things. And what's really interesting about going down the body from an analytic perspective is it doesn't seem to get less complex as you go farther down. You know, like some of the... I should actually show you that. I haven't showed you that little video of DNA fixing itself, eh? Oh, I better show you that. It's so cool. It's ridiculously cool, so you definitely need to see it. So, like, that's just so ridiculously mind-blowing that it's almost unbearable. I mean, to think about that as clockwork even is a pretty strange idea, because, well, those little things walk over obstacles. It's like, how the hell does that happen? They're just molecules. So it's so cool, because when you go down...
One of these people uses the Colgate Total Active Prevention System. It's 15 times more effective at fighting the root cause of many oral health problems. As for the other guy,
Sarah? Good luck.
be dentist ready with Colgate Total.
David, the movie.
I will not be
So cool, because when you go down, you'd think simple, but, you know... And, you know, he said at the beginning when they were taking that, when the little machines were taking that DNA apart, that he didn't show the error correcting. You know, there's other little machines that go along and see if everything's okay, and if it isn't, they cut it out and put a right piece in. It's like, yeah, things we don't understand. There's no shortage of them, that's for sure. Okay, so what I'm doing in some sense is walking you through a psychophysiological or representation of Piaget's developmental process, I would say. So I wanted to zero in on the hypothalamus because it seems to me the thing that sets the most basic frames. And so we'll go ahead with that. So you see that it's made up of all these little parts. And so it's called the hypothalamus more for convenience than because it's a homogeneous set of structures, because it's not a homogeneous set of structures. And this is something to consider very carefully when you're thinking about the terminology that psychologists use, or that you might use to describe your own behavior. Because, you know, you can roughly, there is a psychology of motivation and there's a psychology of emotion. And you might think, well, emotion and motivation are categorically different entities. But they're not. In fact, there's no such thing as a uniform set of motivations, and there's no such thing as a uniform set of emotions, and the distinction between a motivation and an emotion is unclear, to say the least, and that's partly because the physiological substructures that subsume what we call motivations and what we call emotions, and it's not like there's a motivation center that's homogeneous. The closest is the hypothalamus, but it's made of structures that are qualitatively different. And then the emotions, because I have to use that descriptive terminology because we have to communicate about it somehow. There's all sorts of different structures in the brain that contribute to emotional expression, and they're not even in the same place, much less composed of identical structure or function. So, you know, we have these shorthands that we use to divide up the world, but they're awkward and untenable as the level of resolution increases. But anyways, I'm still going to go with motivation and emotion because it's a useful simplification. But you can see with the hypothalamus that there's all these, you know, complicated little subsystems in there. And I showed you that video to show you just how complicated the subsystems are, all the way down to the molecular level. How those little machines manage what they do is completely beyond me. You know, to call it clockwork when those little things that walk can walk over obstacles. It's like clockwork does one thing, you know, only. Click, 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 click. That's all it does. No exceptions. This thing walks over obstacles to get where it's going. It's like, who knows what's going on down there. But it works well enough, so here we are, weirdly enough.
Major announcement! Walmart Plus members get early access to the hottest Black Friday deals. Who knew? That's first dibs on Walmart's best deals online. Wait, first dibs? Let's wrap this up.
Okay, enough of that. Sorry, guys, for the ads. But, yeah, that was Jordan Peterson. So, we'll do this. I just needed a minute, but I'm good now. Get that aluminum. Yeah, I love listening to him because he just, I don't know, just stimulates my mind intellectually. It's just like, wow. And he's really sick right now. So if you guys pray, if you guys would pray for him, he really needs to come out of that. It's not good at all. So let's get the methane. Make it easy on myself. And we should be able to get these things, these structures made after this. We should. Are we not going to do this? There we go. Let's put you there for now. Okay. So now I got you, and now we need to get resin. And then we should have our silicone really soon. We'll get 3 of them done, and then we'll shut them off. All right. So you first, and get you second, and you third. And we'll open these guys. And we should be good. We should be getting our silicone now. We need 25. I think we're making pretty good time. This is just how complicated this is. I haven't seen any other YouTubers going much faster, really. It's just a big DLC. Looks like we ran out of that, so let's get that. And as I keep doing this, I'm practicing. I'll get better and better at this. Just takes a bit to learn what to do. And these shelves are only so big too. Can only hold four big items, so I need to make a bigger platform, just like a little bigger. One more spot would do it. How much do we have? Okay, we're doing pretty good. Got one more. One more. How much do we have here? Yeah, we might need one more thing of it to make it work. Or I might be able to find some over here. Nah, I'll just do that. That seems to work better. How is he looking now? Almost there. 28, 32. All right. Oh, they're empty. There we go. So probably one more time and we'll be done. Nice. And there it is. That simple. It's done. So starting to get a little better, getting a little quicker on this. Oh, and then we can put the one on the top. All right, let's make these platforms now. Let's get these empty ones too. Should we bring the empty ones? So I'm probably gonna need them for something. Please. They really need to automate the two unit things. That would be really helpful if they automated that stuff instead of just the 1 point. So we could just move big items around. I mean, that would be really smart to do. All right, let's see what this does. There is another video I've been watching that's really good by Jordan. I'm going to put him on because I really like it, and it's a lot to get through. So I've listened to it a few times. We'll go ahead and do that now. Wait for the ad here. It should be loud enough to where you can hear it.
It leaves a mark, an imprint on his inner.
There it is.
And experiences the connection at this level.
This is when you. Touch a man's soul.
There are moments in life when something or someone reaches us on a level so deep that it shakes the very foundations of who we believe we are. It is not an emotional flicker that fades in a day or a week. It is not a fleeting attraction or a surface level admiration. No, this is something far more profound. This is the experience of having your soul touched, and when it happens to a man, it triggers a cascade of responses within him that cannot be ignored, cannot be feigned, and cannot be erased. What I want you to understand, before we delve into the specifics, is that this is not about charm, not about manipulation, not about the superficial attempts people make to gain attention. This is about resonance, the rare, sacred kind of resonance that awakens the parts of a man he didn't even know were dormant. When a man experiences a connection at this level, something inside him stirs. It is not always loud. Often, it is subtle at first, a quiet awareness that someone has penetrated the armor he has spent years constructing around his vulnerabilities. For many men, the world teaches them to hide, to control, to suppress the parts of themselves that feel deeply, that ache, that hope. And so when the right person, someone with patience, authenticity, and depth, taps into that concealed realm, it is not just noticed, it is seismic. The awakening is slow, almost imperceptible in the moment, but relentless. It begins with curiosity, a sense that there is more to life than routines, obligations, and surface-level interactions. It begins the journey toward self-realization, yet the power of touching a man's soul is not simply in awakening feelings, it is in compelling action. When this happens, he begins to move differently in the world. He begins to act not out of obligation or expectation, but because something fundamental within him has shifted. He begins to see his own life differently. Responsibilities that once felt burdensome now carry a new significance. Challenges that seemed insurmountable suddenly have a shape, a meaning, a purpose that drives him forward. This is the paradox. By touching his soul, you awaken both vulnerability and strength, introspection and action,
Oops, I gotta get
fear
something.
and courage. You awaken the very mechanisms that allow a man to confront himself and the world with renewed resolve. It is crucial
Shouldn't be
to
long, though.
recognize, however, that this is not a guarantee of smoothness, nor is it a promise of immediate harmony. Touching someone at a soul level is not about controlling outcomes or bending emotions to your will. It is about lighting a fire within him that he must learn to tend, that he must choose to nurture, and that he must accept responsibility for. This is why it is so rare and so transformative. It is the beginning of a process that is at once beautiful and terrifying, a journey that will challenge him, confront his weaknesses, and demand more from him than he thought he could give. And yet, paradoxically, it is exactly this demand, this challenge, that makes the experience invaluable. At its core, touching a man's soul is about authenticity. It is about showing up fully, without pretense, without calculation, and without fear of the consequences of honesty. It is about recognizing that human connection is not transactional, that true intimacy is never a bargain, and that the parts of a man that have been hidden away are not weaknesses, they are the very spaces where courage, loyalty, and profound love take root. When these hidden parts are acknowledged and respected, they expand, they flourish, and they create a foundation for something far greater than fleeting admiration. They create an unshakable bond, a connection that alters the trajectory of a man's life in ways that no superficial gesture could ever accomplish. In this exploration, we will uncover the 5 things that always happen when a man's soul has been genuinely touched. These are not theories, not speculations, but patterns that emerge time and time again. They reveal the nature of the human psyche, the subtle interplay between emotion and action,
Seriously?
and the way profound connection reshapes a man's priorities,
There we go. Now we can watch them both.
and sense of self. And while the process is subtle, the effects are undeniable. They manifest in the quiet ways he observes the world, in the intensity with which he pursues meaning, and in the loyalty and devotion he demonstrates toward that which has awakened him. So, understand this. Touching a man's soul is not about immediate gratification or easy outcomes. It is about perseverance, patience, and courage. It is about refusing to give up even when the effects are not instantly visible, even when the challenges seem overwhelming. The journey is long, the rewards are deep, and the transformation it inspires is profound. It is not something that fades with time. It is something
check
that
it out.
endures, that echoes, and that shapes the very core of a man's existence. And for those willing to embrace this responsibility, who dare to touch the soul with sincerity and courage, the journey is nothing short of extraordinary. There is a moment when a man's soul is touched, and it does not announce itself with fireworks or dramatic gestures. It begins quietly, almost imperceptibly, in the corners of his consciousness, where he thought nothing could penetrate. It is there, in the silence of his mind, that a feeling arises, a tremor that unsettles the carefully constructed walls he has built around his heart. Many men spend years, even decades, constructing these walls,
Nice.
believing that their strength lies in stoicism, in self-reliance, in controlling the
All right.
emotions that make them...
Hold on. Okay, a megastructure that provides rewards in exchange for donations of resource nuggets, power bytes, and seeds. The advanced model of the museum also allows auctioneers to display collections of items in the themed groups for rewards. That's the museum. Very, very interesting. So the bytes are right here. And the power's here. Interesting. I need to build my power up, no doubt. Cycle modes. Milestone in progress. What does that mean? Oh, bytes M, bytes S. Not sure what that means. Not yet. Okay. Agreement. I don't know what the agreement is. Huh. Yeah, it's units of power right there. Well, we could see if we, if our power is any good. Let's see if it is. Might be good. Let's check. Do we have what they're looking for? That's not what I wanted to do. Wait a minute. Yeah, I gotta make it go up here. No, up here. Yeah. Can I do it like that? It won't let me do it because it's not grass. Well, that's frustrating. I'll try it. Oh, it seems to be doing something. Will it reach? Will you reach? No? No? Can you reach the ground? Ground? Oh, I don't have any more. Oh, that sucks. Okay. Well, I can unplug the one that's over here. And I should be able to do it. So can I pull it like this, please? I can. I'm not sure what it's doing now, if it's doing anything at all. Units of power donated 0, units power required 5,000. Maybe that has to be plugged in first. So, let's see. Oh, so it's not even live until you get to that point. Can I pull? Nope. They're going to make it hard on me. Can we stop? Okay. I guess I could put a battery there or something. Or an RTG. I could put an RTG too. Alright, going back to him for a while. Are you going to do it?
In self-reliance, in controlling the emotions that make them appear vulnerable. They are taught by
Pretty
society,
deep stuff,
by
guys.
their environment, and by themselves, that emotion is a weakness. And yet, the moment someone touches a man's soul, all of these lessons are questioned. The barriers begin to quiver.
Let's try this.
And he realizes, perhaps for the first time, that the ability to feel deeply is not weakness at all, but the very essence of life itself. This awakening is not simply an emotional response, it is a confrontation with the self. He is forced to examine what he has been hiding, what he has been denying, and what he has been avoiding. There is a subtle, almost terrifying recognition that he is more than the routines he follows, the responsibilities he shoulders, and the image he projects. Somewhere beneath the surface, there is a man who is capable of
Kindness grows from a place I know from my
Let's try it.
who is capable of love, of
Yeah, let's
empathy,
try to do it this way.
of profound connection, and these capacities are suddenly awakened, unleashed by the presence of someone who has reached beyond his defenses. It is as if a key has been turned in a lock that he did not even know existed, revealing chambers of emotion, memory, and desire that had been dormant, neglected, or deliberately suppressed. At first, the effect can be disorienting. He may feel a surge of emotions that are unfamiliar, conflicting, and even uncomfortable. There is vulnerability, yes, but also a strange exhilaration. He is confronted with the reality that he can no longer remain emotionally stagnant, that life is insisting upon engagement, upon attention, upon a recognition of the parts of himself he has long ignored. The
I guess I
awakening
could bring a
challenges him
vehicle
to
up here, too.
reassess his priorities, to confront fears he has buried beneath layers of indifference or distraction, and to embrace the possibility of intimacy, authenticity, and truth. It is an internal upheaval, a quiet revolution within his psyche that cannot be avoided once it begins. This is why touching a man's soul is not about superficial connection or fleeting moments of charm. It is not about eliciting a smile, winning approval, or capturing attention. Those things are trivial in comparison. The soul is not swayed by flattery or shallow gestures. It is moved only by truth, by sincerity, and by
Wait
a
a minute.
willingness to engage
Hold
with
on.
what is most real and
Stop it.
essential in a human being. When a man encounters this, he senses it immediately. He recognizes the authenticity, even if he cannot fully articulate it. It resonates with something deep within him that has long been searching for acknowledgement, something that has been waiting, perhaps unknowingly, for a touch that validates his existence in a way that is meaningful and enduring. The awakening is also transformative in its intensity. Once a man experiences this, he is never quite the same.
Ooh, let's do it
His
this way.
perception of the world shifts. What
Here.
once seemed ordinary becomes imbued
Got an
with
idea.
significance. Relationships, choices, and responsibilities take on a new dimension. He begins to notice subtleties that previously escaped him, to feel with greater clarity, to consider the consequences of his actions not merely in terms of immediate gain, but in terms of the impact on the lives around him. The emotional awakening is in essence a call to heightened awareness, a summons to live fully, to engage authentically, and to embrace the depth and complexity of existence. And yet, the most profound aspect of this awakening is not just the emergence of emotion, it is
Okay.
the recognition of its power to inspire change.
Now.
A man who has had his soul touched begins to act differently, to make choices that align more closely with his true self, to invest in relationships, work, and responsibilities with a sincerity he may never have known before. He experiences both vulnerability and strength, simultaneously recognizing that true courage is not the absence of fear,
Where's my
but
train?
the willingness to confront it. He
There it is.
understands, often intuitively, that his emotional awakening is a responsibility, a challenge to rise above mediocrity, to pursue meaning, and to embody the
How about
principles
that?
that make life worth living. To touch a man's soul is to ignite a force that is both delicate and formidable. It is delicate because it requires sensitivity, patience, and respect. It is formidable because once awakened, it cannot be suppressed. The emotional resonance it creates reverberates through every aspect of his life, shaping his thoughts, guiding his actions, and influencing his relationships. He becomes more attentive, more reflective, more capable of empathy, and more willing to confront the truths about himself that he had long avoided. It is a transformation that is at once intimate and universal, personal yet far-reaching, quiet yet profoundly powerful. Ultimately, this awakening is not a gift to be taken lightly. It is an invitation to engage with life at a level that is raw, authentic, and transformative. When a man experiences this, he is no longer content with superficiality. He seeks depth, he craves meaning, and he begins to recognize the beauty and weight of human connection in its most profound form. The emotional awakening is the first step in a journey of self-discovery,
Can I reach it? I
responsibility,
can.
and purpose. And it is a journey that, once begun, will shape him forever. When a man's soul has been touched, something
It's not
begins
enough
to
power,
stir
though.
within him that is subtle yet unstoppable, a force that compels him toward purpose even before he fully
I know what to do.
understands why. This is not a superficial motivation or a passing whim. It is an internal realignment, a restructuring of priorities that emerges from a deep recognition of meaning. He may not be consciously aware of it at first, but a quiet insistence begins to shape his thoughts, his decisions, and his actions. It is as though a dormant engine has been started, an internal mechanism that propels him forward with a sense of inevitability, urging him to confront his life, to evaluate his choices, and to strive towards something that matters not just for himself, but for the world around him. The awakening of purpose is rarely linear or comfortable. It is often accompanied by uncertainty, struggle, and internal conflict, because a man who has been touched at this level cannot remain complacent. Purpose, in this context, is not dictated by societal expectations, nor is it measured by material success. It is an organic emergence from the deepest recesses of his psyche, the recognition that life is not merely to be endured or passed through, but to be engaged with consciously, responsibly, and meaningfully. When someone touches a man's soul, it creates a mirror in which he sees not only what he is, but also what he could become.
I don't know what they want.
To consider whether his current trajectory aligns with his potential, whether his actions are congruent with his values, and whether he has been hiding behind excuses that mask his fear of responsibility. The drive toward purpose emerges as both a challenge and a promise. It challenges him to confront the gaps between who he is and who he might become. And it promises the fulfillment that comes from living a life aligned with his deepest truths. At first, the emergence of this drive may be unconscious. He might find himself making small, deliberate choices that reflect a new sense of intentionality. He may begin to invest more energy in his work, relationships, or personal growth without fully articulating why. These actions are guided by an internal compass that has been activated by the emotional resonance he has experienced. The soul's touch awakens a longing for coherence, for integrity, and for a life that is lived in alignment with one's principles. It is a call to rise above mere survival, above trivial distractions, and to engage in endeavors that carry significance, even if the path is difficult or uncertain. This unconscious drive is often fueled by a combination of aspiration and responsibility. A man who has been profoundly affected begins to recognize that purpose is not simply about self-gratification or ego fulfillment. It is about the meaningful contribution he can make to the lives of others, to the systems he inhabits, and to the larger narrative of his existence. He feels the weight of his choices more acutely, understanding
it's like more dead than it was before.
That every inaction leaves a void, and that every opportunity to rise to the occasion is a moment of moral and existential significance. The touch of the soul awakens.
We'll stop that. All right, what do we got to do with this one? Orbital Platform Stage 1 package. A packaged portion of the orbital platform. Load into the DLS to be launched into space where it automatically deploys. Okay. To put in the train. And I gotta plug this back in because those plants are gonna die. And I gotta put my factory back together too. It's like dead right now. Oops. All right. All right. Back in action. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the museum. I'm not worried about it. Just gonna move on. No, it's got to be right here. I believe it's got to go in the thing. There we go. Package portion of the orbital platform loaded into the DLS to be launched into space where it automatically deploys. Okay. Okay, so is it a bug? Because it tried to shut before, and now it's not. Huh? Get in there. Interesting. What on earth? Is it this? All right, let's power up the building again just in case. That's probably what it needs. Nope. Didn't like that. Yeah, it looks like the same there. Oh, I do have a thing I need to read too. Can't do that. Let's see what there is. Lots of rewards. Phone drone, orbit the... Okay, print it. Okay, we did it. Display, print, museum stage. We did that. Last mile delivery. Print your second intermodal terminal out of this world. Load the orbital platform. Show to the into DLS. Launch the orbital platform package to your chosen planet. You've selected orbital platform package launch. Frequent answers and questions. Here's that information. To launch an orbital platform package, please load it into the DLS before hitting the launch button in the console. This will allow you to select the planet to send the orbital platform package to. It sure is not. No, what happened? It was there, it's gone. There it is. Collector's plan, donate, resource nugget. Okay, where are you looking for more museum facts? No. Just require different things to run. You can provide donations to help the museum grow. Why not try donating some things the museum needs at the appropriate donation centers? Launch the orbital platform package. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll just save, and then we'll come back in and see if that fixed it. Looks like we got another rocket to bring over there, which is large. That's nice. What's this? Oh yeah, great. Definitely useful. And the mushroom. I'll put him there for now. And then we'll put this on there for now. Alright. So we'll try it one more time and then we'll save and leave. Gotta be something I'm missing. Not sure what it is, but... Yeah, it's definitely got some dumb bug. Yeah, it will not close. Alright. Let's get in the train here.